Hey everybody, welcome back to Own Acreage, the channel where I teach you the ins, the outs, and the advantages to owning land. Today I'm going to make my best case, my best argument, at least part of an argument as to why you should consider buying land specifically in the state of Arizona. Now, when it comes to making an investment, purchasing a piece of real estate, purchasing land, in terms of location, you've got 50 options. There are 50 states in the country, and if you're feeling adventurous, you could even venture out and invest overseas. There's something like over 200 different countries you could invest in. But listen closely to this video. I'm going to talk to you about Arizona specifically, and I'm going to give you the approach that I take when I'm analyzing a particular location that may be good for investing. So, when we're talking about investing, naturally, ideally we want to buy low and sell high. The purpose of buying an investment is to make money over time. But the challenge is predicting which assets or which investments will rise in value. So what causes a piece of land to rise in value? Well, I think at a fundamental level, we can look at economics 101, supply and demand. If the supply is low or the supply is fixed and the demand is great or the demand increases over time, there's a very good chance that the value of that piece of land or any piece of land will rise over time as the demand rises or as the supply shrinks. We know with land that, as so many people have said, I hope I don't use this adage too much on this channel, but they ain't making it anymore. So if we've got a fixed supply of land and we see that the demand for it is rising, the value is going to rise. Now, what causes the demand to rise for land? Well, one of the main reasons is population growth, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about in this video. But I'm also going to share some other factors that affect demand for real estate. And I'm borrowing this from Neil Bawa, a very talented and smart data analyst. He's got his own YouTube channel. It's called Multifamily University. I'll be sure to link to it in the description below. But Neil basically breaks down 5 criteria that we should be looking at when analyzing the real estate market. And I'm going to share that with you guys now. I talked about population growth, which is the topic of this video, but hopefully over time I can go through and discuss the others as well. So population growth, if more people are moving into an area, those people are going to need a place to live. They're going to need a place to work. They're going to want a place to watch movies and, play golf and do all the other things that they love to do, hang out with their family and their kids. All of those things, everything that we do on a day-to-day basis, guys, as you know, requires the land underneath our feet. So the more people come in, the more they're going to need space to live an enjoyable life, and people will begin to acquire and spend more money on the land in order to do so. Job growth is another important criteria. If there's more jobs in an area, the value of real estate is likely to rise. Median income, if that's going up, if people have more dollars in their pocket, on average in an area, values will typically rise for all real estate, not just land. Median home value, so the value of homes are going up. That's always a good indication that it's a good place to invest. And if crime is going down, people want to be safe, they want their kids to be safe. So all of these factors are at play in any given area, whether that's a neighborhood, that's a city, or a state. By and large, that's going to be an excellent place to at least look at for an investment. So let's talk about population growth in this video for the state of Arizona. So, as you guys know, the U.S. government does a census every decade, every 10 years, and they go around into neighborhoods and they ask people how many people are living in your household. They want to get a sense for how many people are living in our country and the demographics of those people, and they publish that data, which is great. So we know what's the makeup of our country, and that data can be found on census.gov, like you can see here. As of 2020, there are 331 million people in the U.S., roughly 7.4% higher than in 2010. So over the last 10 years as a country, we've grown by 7.4%. Not surprising there. But what states are growing the fastest? Which states have the highest rate of growth by population? If you look here to your right, you can see the answer. At the top of the list, Utah. Not sure what's going on in Utah, but they've got 18.4% more people than they did 10 years ago, which is astounding. Next, you've got Idaho, Texas, North Dakota, Nevada, Colorado, DC, Washington, Florida, and rounding out the top 10, the state that we're talking about in this video is Arizona. Nearly 12% growth over the last decade, which is very, very attractive as an investor. So guys, I'm talking about Arizona today. I'm going to drill down a little bit deeper, but if you're thinking about a place to invest and you're agnostic, you don't necessarily want to invest in your backyard where you live, you're open to the best possibility in the country, you should be considering one of the states in this list, and I'm partially favoring Arizona. I'll tell you more. So let's drill down on Arizona as a state. Let's look at the county level to see where the majority of the population growth is happening. So let's just go to Arizona here. Okay, so this is the state of Arizona. As you can see, roughly a 12% increase in population, 7 million people total. But the distribution is not spread out equally across the state. There are population centers. As you can imagine, the large metros in any state are going to have the most people, and there's a good chance that's where the growth is happening. So in Arizona, it's no different. Maricopa County, which is right here, that's where Phoenix is. It's a very large metropolis, and that's where the majority of people are moving into. So this is where the majority of the growth is, at roughly 15.5% growth over the last 10 years. That's an excellent indicator that the land in and around that county is likely to rise in value. Now, of course, intuitively you would think, okay, let me look at Maricopa County, let me try and buy land here. And you certainly should, and you certainly could buy land there. Just know that it will be more expensive than the other places in the state, as you can imagine, because there's just more competition. But if you've got the money and you want to make a solid investment, I think it's a phenomenal opportunity to be looking in and around the city of Phoenix and more broadly in the county of Maricopa for acquiring land. But let's dig a little deeper, because there's so many different ways to make money with investing. You don't necessarily have to buy the most expensive or the most in-demand asset, which is the land in and around Phoenix, to make excellent returns. I personally like to look adjacent to the most populous counties where the greatest demand is, because I know it's going to be so much more competitive in and around Phoenix. Where can I go outside of Phoenix and get excellent value for my money and still benefit from the population growth that's happening in the Phoenix metro area and in Maricopa County? So if we look at the list, so after Maricopa, we've got Greenlee, which is over here. I really wouldn't consider Greenlee. If you look more closely, you can see the population as of 2020 was less than 10,000 people. So the fact that they have 13% growth is almost irrelevant, because there's just not a lot of people living there. If we compare that to Maricopa, where you've got 4.4 million people. Next to that is Pinal. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. That's here, just adjacent to Maricopa. Again, 13% growth. This is where Tucson is. So these are two excellent opportunities. If you want to invest there, it's going to be a little pricier and a little bit more competitive. So let's keep digging. Yavapai, that's north of Maricopa. Then we've got Cocosino, that's where Flagstaff is, another metro, large metro in Arizona. And we've got Mojave, kind of rounding out the top 6. So you can see the population growth is really kind of happening in this area, mostly in and around Phoenix, but it expands up into Yavapai, Cocosino, and Mojave. So again, if you want to get more bang for your buck, you want to stretch your dollar a little bit further, I would look outside of the two most populous counties, the counties that are growing the fastest, and I would look next to them. I would look at Yavapai. And the other reason I look at Yavapai is because, as I mentioned, Flagstaff is in Cocosino. Phoenix is in Maricopa. Yavapai sits right in the middle. Let's take a look at this on Google Maps. This is Yavapai County right here. You can see Flagstaff, we've got to the north, Phoenix, we've got to the south, and Tucson's even further down south. Let's look at this image here, which brings this into vision a little bit clearer. The distance between Flagstaff, a major metro in the state of Arizona, and Phoenix, the largest metro in the state of Arizona, is only 2 hours. So if you were to invest in Yavapai County, somewhere in the middle, you're now roughly only an hour in either direction from 2 of the largest cities in the state. What does that mean? That means that individuals who are looking to buy homes or looking to live, they don't want to pay the elevated prices that are in Phoenix. They're trying to get value for the home purchase that they can make. And maybe the husband works in Flagstaff and the wife works in Phoenix. They're going to be looking to move into Yavapai because they can just hop on I-17, go north in an hour, be in Flagstaff, take care of whatever business or work that they have there, or go down south and be in Phoenix. People will be moving into this area because they understand home values will be considerably lower than in Phoenix, yet they can still commute and get into the city to take care of business. So the demand in this area will rise, but the values are still low. This is exactly where I would be looking to invest as a land investor in the state of Arizona. It just makes the most sense. Anything in and around Yavapai County, specifically as close to I-17 as possible. Another reason is, as we look back at our county map, you've got Mojave just to the west of Yavapai. And we know Mojave sits just east of Las Vegas here in Nevada. So there's population growth of about 6% in Mojave. I'm sure Las Vegas is growing even more quickly. So you just got population growth all around Yavapai. It sits between 2 major metros in the state of Arizona. Guys, if I was investing in Arizona for the first time, this is undoubtedly, Yavapai County undoubtedly would be the place that I would be looking to invest because of the population growth within that county, but more broadly because of the population growth of the major metros around it. So hopefully, guys, that gives you a little bit of insight. The last thing I'll say is the beauty of real estate is you can make money in any market. If the market's going up, by market I mean stock market, housing market, values are rising, you can invest, you can make money. If values are going down, you can invest, you can make money. You can make money in Yavapai County. You can make money in Maricopa County. And guess what, guys? You can even make money all the way out here east in Apache County. Believe it or not, people are investing and buying land in Apache. I own land in Apache County. It's even losing population. I should have followed my own medicine, but I bought this land a while ago before I really started thinking through a little bit more strategically about where to invest. But nonetheless, I've seen gains still in that county. So I encourage you guys to really take the time, think about the reasons that values rise in an area with real estate, and population growth is one of the key factors. I've given you a small strategy you can use by looking at census data, drilling down on a county, even if it's not the state of Arizona, which I'm going to give you more reasons why Arizona is a great state in other videos. But if you know you want to invest in your home state, go to the census website, see which counties are growing the fastest in terms of population, and then make a strategic decision as to where you want to buy your land. But that's all for now, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will try my best to get to them and to respond. If you want me to take a closer look at maybe a land investment that you're doing, just shoot me a message, send me an email, chris@ownacreage.co. I will try my best to look at that. If you want me to analyze values for land around where you're trying to invest, I will try my best to do that as well. Again, that's chris@ownacreage.co. This is the website. If you're looking to buy land, go to ownacreage.co. Lots of land deals here, guys. Great prices. The beauty of buying land here is you don't have to plunk down a huge amount of money up front and buy the land outright. You can pay for it over time with installments. You can see the prices here, guys. $100 a month, $400 a month. If you can pay that, I'm flexible. I'll work with you. You can be on your way to owning acreage. 1 acre, 2 acres, 5 acres, 10 acres, whatever you're looking for. Check out ownacreage.co. to find a land deal that's a good fit for you, and I'd be happy to work with you on the financing. So before I get out of here, guys, I got to leave you with the parting words that you should always keep in your mind. Remember, it's always better to own. Take care. See you in the next video.